Welcome back to your own University TV. I'm Lisha Antica, and we are going to be talking about leadership in the second video of this series. We're going to be talking about inspiration, right? What inspires you? What do you want to inspire in the world? What is inspiration and how do you tap into it? Let's get started. We all can agree that when it comes to being a leader, leaders inspire greatness. Well, the cool thing about inspiration is it is personal. And in the last video, if you haven't watched it yet, check out the link above and watch this last video, our first video in our leadership series that we're having right now. And I talked about really looking at your character. And part of that, I asked you to write down a couple people that inspire you in your life, that really light up your world, that light you up, that turn you on. And why they do that, the part of their character that inspires you. And then circle those things and live into those things for yourself, whether you're admitting to yourself that you are developing these characteristics within yourself, admitting to yourself that you are wanting to develop these characteristics within yourself, or that you are already in alignment with who inspires you and you're walking your talk and living that. And so you can embody that confidence that it takes to have and be a leader. So the first thing that I want you to do is really look at the character of who you are and look at the character of the people that inspire you and the things that inspire you. And really get in tune with who you desire to be and setting those intentions. One thing that is wonderful about a leader and truly inspiring is humility and being able to learn. I don't know a leader in the world that doesn't actually actively learn. So there's dictators, right, that don't listen to anybody, and that's not a leader. That's completely something different. There's people that are controlling and demanding and narcissistic and yuck, right? And I have videos on that too. That's not a leader. That is somebody who is trying to control a situation or something, an organization that's trying to control a situation, control you, make you be a certain way. A leader is somebody who inspires you to be deeper into yourself, and they come with a formula of humility, a formula of listening, a formula of learning and constantly learning to be more of themselves and a better person in general. So to be a leader is to be in that humility, to constantly be learning, to constantly be striving. And that's why we have your own university. That's why we have our 360 days of inspiration, where you can open up an email and practice and learn about you and different aspects of yourself each and every day of the year without having to think too hard or making a whole drama about it, right? You just open an email, you go, oh, you take 10 minutes, you check into yourself, and you grow from that. Well, that's what inspires inspiration, right? In spirit, inspiration. And so what do you do? What do you do to inspire people, but to listen to them, to be aware of what's going on, to be interactive with your community? In business, I talk a lot about your niche. And so I work with a lot of people that are opening up practices, writing books, putting together talks, putting together programs to inspire people to their next level in their life, to inspire people like yourself to really step into your own knowing and your own confidence and your own awareness. And in order to do that, the leader that is putting together the program has to listen to what do their audience want? What does their audience need? Has to listen to where do they need to expand their own skills, their own awareness in order to step into that place of leadership, their own next level. So if you are wanting to be a leader, the first thing is to check out who inspires you. The second thing is to learn from them. Be able to be humble, learn from them, and learn from the people that you want to inspire. So say that you want to inspire a certain group of people. Say that you want to inspire people that are healing the planet, or that are changing the political scenery in the world, or that are suffering in a certain way that you want to be healed. And so how do you inspire them? You listen to what they need, you listen to them, and then you grow into the person that you require to be. So this is just a beautiful way of looking at leadership that kind of flips it all on the chart, because we look and we hear about all this like, oh, leaders have to know everything. Well, no, they don't. Leaders have to ask for what they need and learn how to learn in a really beautiful, humble way. I believe that the best leaders are constantly learning about themselves and stepping into being more of an inspiration. The last piece of this particular segment in the leadership is really following inspiration. So what is inspiration? Inspiration is when you inspire or you get somebody excited about doing something different or learning something. It's also about being breathed into. I love Wayne Dyer says, that in spirit, inspiration, in spirit, when you're aligned with your highest truth, with your highest self. And when you're out of that alignment, there's disconnect, there's less inspiration, there is low self-esteem issues, right? When you're in that, there's humility and a place to learn. There is a confidence of what you want to do and where you want to go. It kind of looks the same, right? Because you could look, oh, insecurity over here and a humility to learn over here. They can look the same, but they're very, very different energies, right? They're different spectrums of that energy. One is in spirit, one is aligned with your highest good, and the other one is out of sync. It's people pleasing, it's trying to do something else. It's the opposite of leadership. The other aspect is being in control and demanding, right? This is a false sense of confidence. And then on this side, there's a humility. There's a humility of being able to listen and learn and discover and meet emotionally and energetically and spiritually and mentally and physically whoever you're there to serve and to lead. So the best thing about leadership is we get to learn from who we're leading how best to lead. This is a very humble state of being rather than being the know-it-all, right? And going at that angles. So there's two aspects. There's the shadow aspect of leading and being out of sync with spirit, and this inner aspect of leading that is inspired in spirit with what you were doing. So how do you get into this in spirit thing? I think some of the best things that I relate to my clients as well as the people I train for coaching and yoga teaching is to listen to yourself, right? To really get clear on who inspires you and what moves you, what topics, what things you want to change in the world, where do you want to be a leader in the world, and then get really clear on what do you need to expand? Maybe you want to be a leader in a coaching field, but you don't know how to coach. Well, that's why your own university is here, right? Maybe you want to inspire somebody to run a faster race and you want to help them to train. And so you need to go to school to learn that. Maybe you want to write a book and you want to go and get coaching or get support to do that book and learn your processes of doing that. There's a bazillion things that we need schooling for, we need that support for. So to be able to ask for that and follow that spiritual awareness to step into your next level is really important as a leader. This creates you to step into your highest form of leadership. The next thing is to meditate and really follow what inspires you. Where do you feel moved? Where do you feel called? Where do you feel in alignment in your world? What is your heart telling you to do? What can you follow in spirit? What do you feel like God, spirit, source is telling you to do? And how can you do that in the most loving, generous way for yourself? without leaning into those shadow aspects, but leaning deeper into being humble, learning where you want to learn, learning from the people that you want to inspire, the organizations, whatever, as well as allowing others to be a part of that inspiration while really staying tuned with your connection with spirit, your connection with source. So I hope that this gives you some insights to look into to develop your leadership skills, some of that black and white kind of talking and the shadow aspects of leaderships and those dictator leaderships and the difference between a true leader, an inspirational leader, and how you can step into that for yourself. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Keep following us and subscribe, because we're gonna have many more videos in this leadership series. We're just at the beginning. If you didn't watch video one, watch video one. I put the link right somewhere around here. And we'll talk to you next time.